Namaste everyone. A very happy Ganesh Chaturthi to everyone. As we celebrate Ganesha, today we will explore the Parabrahma Tattva of Shri Ganesha. Ganesha in general, we know him as son of Lord Shiva and Parvati. We also know him as Vignaharta, someone who removes the obstacles. We also know him as someone who gives buddhi and also siddhi. In this exploration, we have taken Stavam from Ganesha Purana Upasana Khanda, and this is a prayer that has been done by Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha themselves to Lord Ganesha. And we will see what is the prayer and how they are describing Ganesha and praying to him. And it comes out very beautifully, and it clearly shows the ultimate Parabrahma Tattva of Ganesha. And yeah, that's about it. And let's see. You can sing along if you want, or you can do it later on when you start praying to Ganesha. This is also a way to pray Ganesha. As I said, this is Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesha, Uchu. The words of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesha. It goes like this. Ajam nirvikalpam nirakaramekam niranandamadvaitamanandapurnam param nirgunam nirvishesham niriham parabrahmarupam Ganesham bhajema. And the meaning goes like this. Ajam, the unborn, that which has no beginning or cause, eternal and primordial. Nirvikalpam, the unchanging, without any modification, fluctuation, or differentiation. It's like constant all the time. Nirakaram, the formless, devoid of any physical shape, form, or perceptible structure. Remember, we are discussing Ganesha as Parabrahma. Ekam, the one, the single unified reality from which everything originates. Niranandam, beyond pleasure, transcending temporary or worldly happiness and joy. This means one who is above or transcended the dualities, or someone beyond dualities, not transcended. Forever, all the time, Ganesha's state is beyond dualities. That's the Parabrahma Tattva. Advaitam, the non-dual, one without a second, the sole indivisible existence. Anandapurnam, full of bliss, the very nature of absolute, complete, and inherent bliss, the bliss of that Chit Ananda. Param, the supreme, the highest ultimate reality. Nirgunam, without attributes, meaning someone who is before the existence of gunas, the three gunas, before the gunas have came into being, or someone who is beyond the influence of gunas. Everything in the world is under three gunas, and Ganesha is being described as someone without any gunas, nirgunam, nirvishesham, without distinctions, having no special features or parts, homogeneous, niriham, without any desires. There's no obligation of creation or sustenance or dissolution on Ganesha. There is no desire as such. That the state before the desire has come into existence. So the Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh are praying like this. We worship Ganesha, the form of the Supreme Brahman, who is the unborn, the unchanging, the formless, the one beyond worldly pleasure, the non dual, full of complete bliss, the supreme, without attributes, without distinctions, and without desires. And the next verse, it goes like this. Gunatitamadyam chidanandarupam chidabhasakam sarvagam gnanagamyam मुनिध्येयमाकाशरूपं परेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम. The meaning goes like this. Gunatitam, beyond qualities. Atitam is beyond. And previously we have seen Nirgunam, that is without. Adyam, the primeval, the very first. Adi, you can say Adi Shakti also, the origin point of all existence. Chidananda Rupam, form of consciousness bliss, or the bliss of Chit, Chit Shakti, which is the root of Chetana, the consciousness. So they're saying the embodiment of pure consciousness and absolute bliss. Chidabhasakam, illuminator of consciousness. Not just the consciousness, the thing that illuminates consciousness, that which is the cause of consciousness itself, the light by which all other consciousness is perceived. Sarvagam, the all pervading, which means existing everywhere and in everything, omnipresent. Nanagamyam, known through knowledge, or also the very goal. Gamyam is goal, right? Gnanagamyam, the goal of knowledge. It's not realized by senses alone, but through the highest wisdom, gnana. Senses do act as means. Munidhyayam, object of meditation, the ultimate focus of meditation for enlightened sages. The one on which all the sages, not normal people they are talking, even the sages concentrate or focus their attention on, that is Munidhyayam. Akasha Rupam, form of space. Akasha is not space as, yeah, it is space, the all pervading. It is also the one which has the quality of sound, shabda. This sound is not sounds occur in various wavelengths, and this is the akasha in which the sounds of even shruti exist. Sound is it always exists. It's never uh, sound. The aksharam is always existing, and that akasha which holds that akshara or the shruti, paresham, the supreme lord, the ultimate ruler and master of the entire universe. That is Ganesha, and that is how Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha are praying to Ganesha. So it goes like this. We worship Ganesha, the form of the supreme Brahman, who is beyond qualities, the primeval one, the form of consciousness and bliss, the illuminator of consciousness, the all pervading, attainable through knowledge, the object of meditation for sages, the form of space, and the Supreme Lord. Next, Jagat Karanam Karanajnanarupam Suradim Sukhadim Yugadim Ganesham जगद्व्यापिनं विश्ववन्द्यं सुरेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम. And Ganesha is Jagat Karanam, the cause of the world, the fundamental origin and source of the entire cosmos. Not just the source, but also the knowledge, causal knowledge. Before creation, there is the knowledge of creation. That is the causal knowledge. Before you create something, you have that knowledge of creation, right? How to go about it. That causal knowledge, the seed, karana gnana rupam, the form of the wisdom that understands the ultimate cause or the causal knowledge. Suradim, the origin of gods. Suras, the source from which all divine beings, devatas, emerge. Sukhadim, the origin of happiness itself, the primordial wellspring of all joy and contentment. Yugadim, origin of ages, also the beginning point of all cosmic cycles and eras. Jagad Vyapinam, pervader of the universe, permeating and present throughout all of creation. Remember, when we say all of creation, we mean it. We are not limiting it to Earth or the skies we see or the solar system as we know, or even the Milky Way galaxy, or whatever extent we know. It's not just that. When we are talking about Jagat Vyapinam, we are speaking about the Jagat Vyapinam in its absolute sense, and always hold it that way. Vishwavandyam, adored by the universe, the one who is worthy of reverence and worship by all beings. If there's anything that is worthy of worship, that is Ganesha. Vishwavandyam. When we say Vishwavandyam, the Vishwa, this Vishwa, it means everything, every creation that we can think of, or even beyond. It's not just what we know, it's beyond. It's more. It's as much as we go. That's why God, not God as such, Parabrahma is something that is so difficult to know about. It's not so easy. It's as difficult as finding another planet with living beings, and even more. Not just that. To give an idea, I'm saying that, but it's even more. We may somehow find life on another planet, but to know Parabrahma, it's absolutely through grace and nothing else. Suresham, the lord of gods or devatas, the natural forces or the forces that control everything else. So when we see there are devatas, there are different levels of creation or the different levels in which the Parabrahma expresses itself, and one of which the highest of one of the most revered one is as Devatas, and Ganesha is Suresham, the Lord of gods. So Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha are praying to Ganesha in this way. We worship Ganesha, the form of the Supreme Brahman, who is the cause of the world, the form of knowledge of the cause, the origin of the gods, the origin of happiness, the origin of the yugas, the one who pervades the universe, worshipped by the universe, and the Lord of gods. Next, we have रजो योगतो ब्रह्मरूपं श्रुतिघ्नं सदा कार्यसक्तं हरदाचिन्त्यरूपम् जगत्कारकं सर्वविद्यानिधानं परब्रह्मरूपम् गणेशं नतास्मः. Now Ganesha is now from Parabrahma. We are now getting into different aspects of Parabrahma, one of which is the gunas, sattva, raja, and tamas, of which rajas is the guna of creation, and it is held by Brahma, and we see how he, he creates as Brahma. Rajo yogata, by rajas, through association with the rajas, the quality of action and passion. It is because of the quality of rajas, Parabrahma, Parabrahma in association with the quality of rajas. Before Parabrahma is devoid of any gunas. Now, when that Parabrahma takes up a guna, let's say takes up a rajoguna, then in that form he creates, and that is the Brahma. Rajo Yogataha Brahma Rupam. In the form of Brahma, he takes the form of the creator. From Parabrahma, by association with the Rajas, Ganesha has now become Brahma itself. Brahma is the one who is the knower of Vedas, one who is giving all the knowledge of Vedas, the very pati of Ma Sharada, Shruti knower of the Vedas, the one who knows the ultimate truth of the sacred scriptures, which is the Shruti. Shruti Gnam. Gnam is the knower, Shruti is the Veda, the one who knows the Vedas. Sada, always, Karya Saktam, engaged in action. So the Raja, the quality of Raja gives this passion for action, and by associating with the Rajas, Parabrahma is now engaged in creation in the form of Brahma. Hridachintya Rupam. This form is it is something that cannot be fully grasped by mind or heart. Heart, Hruda. So we're talking about Brahma. The form of Brahma is something that is the form of Ganesha itself. When Ganesha associates it with Rajoguna, he creates as Brahma, and that form is Hrudachintya Rupam, that is inconceivable. Jagat Karakam, the maker of the world or the cause of the world, the agent and force behind the creation of the entire universe, that is Brahma, that is Parabrahma in association with Rajas. Sarva Vidya Nidhanam. Since Brahma is the Pati of Ma Sharada, he is the repository, he holds that Shakti of knowledge, again with the grace of Ma Sharada, of course. So he holds the knowledge, the repository of all knowledge, the ultimate source and storehouse of every branch of wisdom. And when we say every branch of wisdom, we absolutely mean it as every branch of wisdom. It's not just the spiritual or adhyatmika knowledge. It is also the adhibhautika. It's also the adhidaivika. It's even beyond. It involves the knowledge of all the positive things or and also the negative things. It's everything. It's everything. When we say everything, every branch of wisdom, that absolutely means it. Do not ever try to limit it to the goods and nobles, because Parabrahma is nirguna. So at that state there is no, when we limit anything to something very noble, or to the ideas that we hold as noble, we are we're not really limiting the Parabrahma, we're limiting ourselves, our own vision to look the expanse or look the greatness of Parabrahma. So, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesha are praying to Ganesha in this way. We bow to Ganesha, the form of the Supreme Brahman, who, by association with the quality of a Rajas, takes the form of Brahma, the knower of the Vedas, always engaged in the act of creation, whose form is inconceivable to the mind or the heart, the creator of the world, the repository of all knowledge. So we have prayed Ganesha in the form of Brahma. Now, Sada Satvayogam Muda Kridamanam Surarin harantam jagatpalayantam anekavataram निजज्ञानहारं सदा विष्णुरूपं गणेशं नमामः. Now, now we are seeing Ganesha in the form of okay. Now we are seeing Ganesha in the form of Vishnu. Previously, we saw that Ganesha, the Parabrahma, in association with the Rajoguna, he creates. Now, in association with the Sattva Guna, Sada, always, Sattva Yogam, with Sattva, in association with the quality of Sattva, which represents purity, harmony, goodness, or the qualities of balance. Muda, joyfully, with delight and happiness. It's not as a burden of sustenance. It is like a leela, like a play. He plays Kridamanam, engages in the divine cosmic play in association with Sattva Guna. Surarin Harantam, destroyer of enemies of gods. Sura are the devatas, Ari is their enemies, Ari means enemy. Surarin, the enemies of the devatas, the one who causes trouble to the functioning of the devatas, or someone who causes trouble to the cosmic order or natural cyclical order, which is Rita. Devatas are the keepers of Rita. Rita keeps the balance or keeps the world going in its order, and the one who goes against it, or someone with their own willpower and their own tapasya tries to or tries to cause trouble to the Rita, that those people are kind of like the Ari or enemies of Suras. And Ganesha in the form of in association with the Sattva Guna, he does this destroyer. He destroys the enemies of the gods. That is the function of Vishnu, as we know. And also Jagat Palayantam, the protector or, and the ruler of the world, the sustainer and preserver of the entire universe. Again, when we say Jagat, when we say universe, we mean all of it. It's not just what we know, it's beyond and to the extent which we cannot even think of. Anekavataram, of many incarnations, Vishnu is the one who keeps coming to protect the worlds, right? In many incarnations, in many forms, descending into various forms and avatars to uphold dharma. Nijagnana haram, Nija agnana haram, the dispeller of ignorance, remover of the veil of ignorance with the knowledge. Vishnu Rupam, the form of Vishnu, as the preserver, he embodies the cosmic principle of Vishnu. Ganesha is not just Ganesha, the Parabrahma, in association with the Rajoguna, he creates as Brahma. In association with Sattva Guna, he preserves the creation as Vishnu. So Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha praying to Ganesha like this. We salute Ganesha, who is always the form of Vishnu, ever associated with the quality of Sattva, joyfully playing, destroying the enemies of the gods, protecting the world, taking many incarnations, and removing ignorance with his own knowledge. So that's the Vishnu aspect of Ganesha. Next, we have तमोयोगिनं रुद्ररूपं त्रिनेत्रम् जगद्धारकं तारकं ज्ञानहेतुम् अनेकागमैः स्वं जनं बोधयन्तं सदा शर्वरूपं गणेशं नमामः. Now, Ganesha, in association with tamas, tamas is the quality of inertia, darkness, and something that brings things to a cease or a pause. That is the quality of tamas. Tamo yoginam, in association with tamas, as the form of Rudra, Rudra, the Shiva itself, embodying the fierce transformative aspect of Shiva as Rudra. Rudra is not just fierce, transformative, he is also the creator of everything. He is the Mahaviryavan, the creator of all beings. Trinetram, the three-eyed one, we know the three-eyed one is Mahadev himself, possessing the third eye of the wisdom and inner vision. Jagadharakam, sustainer of the world, or upholding and supporting the entire cosmos. So these gunas, they act in relation with each other to hold or to support, to form into the form of dharma itself, that which sustains or upholds. Tarakam, the liberator, Tarakam, Tarana, to cross over the ocean of the worldly existence. Tarakam, the one who gives the Taraka mantra. You all know the Taraka mantra, it is the name of Sri Rama. It is said in the Kashi when people leave their body, there Mahadev himself gives them the Upadesha of Taraka Nama, which is the name of Sri Rama, and with that Upadesha they get the Mukti. And so Mahadev is the liberator, and is also the liberator in the sense of the one who gives Upadesha of the Taraka Mantram, and Mahadeva himself is the liberator. Gnana Hetum, the cause of knowledge. Mahadev is also the very form of knowledge. It is from Mahadev we get all the knowledge of Vedas or the Tantra or the Agamas or the Yoga or all kinds of knowledge, be it the samskaras to be done to the human, or be it the varnashrama dharma, or be it how to behave in the world, or the knowledge of the ultimate everything, all kinds of knowledge. It comes from Mahadev himself, the cause. It's not just Mahadev is not just the form of knowledge. He's also the cause of knowledge. And remember, we are talking Ganesha, the Parabrahma, in association with the Tamas. He takes the form of Rudra, and that Ganesha is the cause of knowledge, the Gnana Hetu. Anekagamai. By many agamas, it is Shiva who gave all the agamas. Svam Janam Bodhayantam, instructing his own people, his people in the sense the entire world is his family. So all of us, Sada, always, Sharava Rupam. Sharava is the name of Lord Shiva itself. As the dissolver, he embodies the cosmic principle of Sharava. He. Who is the he? It is the Parabrahma, the form of Ganesha. So Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha are praying to Ganesha in this way. We salute Ganesha, who is always the form of Sharava, which is Shiva, associated with the quality of Tamas, the form of Rudra, the three eyed one, the sustainer of the world, the liberator, the cause of knowledge, and the one who instructs his own people through the various agamas. Next, we have Tamasto Maharam Janagnanaharam Trayivedasaram Parabrahmaparam Munignanakaram Vidure Vikaram Sada Brahmarupam Ganesham Namamaha. Now, Ganesha is, we have seen him as Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra. Now, Tamastomaharam, the remover of great darkness, great tamas, dispeller of immense darkness of ignorance and illusion. It is immense. It's immense because it is so real. We cannot. It's like keeping a virtual. If you have tried VR, it feels so real. And imagine VR to be at its best and stuck to your head and you cannot remove it. It's like that. That's the darkness we're talking about. We're saying the world is unreal and we're not able to see. That's because of the strength of the Mahamaya Mother. No, nothing wrong about it. It's all for the for the for our own self. But Ganesha is the one who dispels that great tamas. Janagnanaharam, the one who removes the ignorance of the people. It's not just spiritual ignorance, it is ignorance of the people, is the one that gives dukkha of all kinds, Adi Bhautika or Adi Daivika or Adhyatmika. So Ganesha is the one who removes that ignorance which causes dukkha. Trayi Veda Saram, the essence of the three Vedas. Vedas initially were three. Initially, it is just one. Then it has become three. So the three Vedas, the essence of the three Vedas is Ganesha itself. Parabrahma Param, the far shore of Brahman. So Ganesha is the ultimate goal and destination which is beyond the supreme reality. We are not stopping at the Parabrahma, we are even going beyond. So these things are something, it's like this. let's say you are on a road and you don't know what turns and what ways you have ahead unless you reach a particular milestone. So it's like that. So no matter how hard we may try, we might not be able to understand. Just like if you teach uh, a school kid, like a fifth grader, about differentiation or calculus, he might not understand. But if we go through those stages, learn the things, learn the numbers and all the functions, everything else, and then he'll be able to know. So it's like that. It's when you move a particular milestone, then only you get to know. But however, in essence, it is Ganesha is the very Parabrahman, and even the destination beyond supreme reality. Munignanakaram, the cause of the knowledge of the sages. So his the cause of the knowledge that comes after one attains the sagehood or one becomes a sage, that is also Ganesha. One can become win over indriyas and maybe become a sage, and even then that person might not know what's next, what is what is beyond. So that beyond the knowledge that rises in the rishis, in the sages, is Ganesha itself. Vidure Vikaram is far from change. Vikaram is like change itself, like fluctuation, you can say. So Parabrahma, in the form of Parabrahma, Ganesha is devoid of any modification or alteration. He is someone who is eternally constant. It's not like so we know the story of Ma Parvati creating Ganesha. If you notice, it is the form is created. It is Ganesha who came and resided in the form. It's not like the form is created, and of course it is through Ma Parvati alone. Ma Parvati, she being Adi Shakti herself, it's like creating her own self in a form of Ganesha. Ganesha is Adi Shakti himself. So it is Ganesha who comes and resides in that form. It's not like he's being created or as such. So there is Ganesha all the time. It's just that in that form he comes and resides for some certain reasons. Sada, always Brahma Rupam. Ganesha is always in the form of Brahma, which is the Parabrahma, the supreme reality, absolute reality, the very embodiment of the ultimate and absolute reality, that is Ganesha. So Ganesha is being prayed to by Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha. In this way, we salute Ganesha, who is always the form of Brahman, the remover of the great darkness, the remover of the people's ignorance, the essence of the three Vedas, the shore of the supreme Brahman, the cause of the sage's knowledge, and the one in whom change is far away, that is unchanging. Next, we have निजैरोषधीस्तरपयन्तं करोद्यै सरौघान् कलाभिः सुधास्राविणीभिः दिनेशांशुसन्तापहारं द्विजेशं शशाङ्कस्वरूपं गणेशं नमामः. Now, the moon the rays of the moon are said to be the one who which gives the medicinal qualities to the herbs. So here Ganesha is being celebrated or prayed as Nijay Oshadhi Tarpayantam, nourishing the plants with his own rays, he who gratifies the medicinal herbs, causing them to grow. So the moonlight is considered to be the nectar. It is considered to be the one that gives the very energy for life. So the light of the moon, as I said, is one of the things that uh, to causes the herbs or the plants to get their medicinal properties. And Ganesha is said to be the one who is throwing those rays. Karai Udyotai, with shining rays. The nourishment is provided by his cool shining rays. So, in case if you're thinking it is the sun who illuminates moon, you can understand it this way. It is the Ganesha is the very form of sun itself. That also can be taken. Like this can be understood that way also, because sun is the place where we got all the devatas. I mean, all the devatas, any form can be worshipped in sun. Sun is the pratyaksha devata. Saraughan, the rivers or the waters, he who influences the bodies of water. You know who influences the bodies of water? It is moon. Kalabhi Sudhasravinibhi, with the nectar flowing phases. Phases, we're talking about the phases of the moon. Through his lunar phases, which are said to drip life-giving nectar. This, the moonlight, as I said, is the one that gives the that holds the essence of life. Kind of, it is like a nectar which gives the very essence of life, and even causes the plants to get their medicinal properties. Dineshamshu Santapaharam. Dinesha is sun. That's one of the names of sun. So he is the one who causes or removes the heat of the sun, which is the moon. So he who soothes and removes the burning heat of the sun in the form of moon. Dvijesham, the lord of the twice born or the Dvijas. Dvijas are the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and the Vaishyas. They are called Dvijas. So the lord of the Dvijas, that doesn't mean he is not the lord of Shudras or the one who do not identify with any Varna, or it's not like that. It is, it's just that there are people who with qualities of great knowledge or the adhikara to recite and teach Vedas. There are people who has the adhikara to hold a weapon. There are people who has the adhikara to hold wealth, and if they think they are the lords because they hold knowledge, or one holds Shakti, or one holds Shri, it's not that. There is Lord above them. That Lord is Ganesha. That's how it should be seen. Shashanka Swarupam. Shashanka is the moon, and Ganesha is prayed as moon itself. So when you look at the moon, you should remember it is Shashanka Swarupam, that is Ganesha itself. So the Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha are praying to Ganesha like this. We salute Ganesha who has the form of the moon, nourishing the plants with his own shining, nectar flowing rays and phases, who removes the heat of the sun's rays, and who is the lord of the twice born or the Dvijas. Next, we have Prakashasvarupam Nabho विकारादिहेतुं कलाकालभूतम् अनेकक्रियानेक शक्तिस्वरूपम् सदा शक्तिरूपम् गणेशं नमामः. Now Ganesha is the very embodiment of light, Prakasha Swarupam. It is with the light we are able to see, all the knowledge comes to our mind. This Prakasha or the illuminator of the worlds is Ganesha. When we say light, we are not talking about the visible light alone. We are talking about something that illuminates the world, that brings something into your something that that helps us cognize the things, something that gives the vision of the things. So that prakasha we are talking about, prakasha, it's the light that illuminates our dreams, we can say, because when we are dreaming we don't really have light from outside, but there is still light, right? So it is that light, the light that is in all states of consciousness, which is jagrat, swapna or shushupti, and even the absence of everything, the state of turiya also, that prakasha we're talking about. That Prakasha, the Prakasha Swarupam, is Ganesha itself, the very nature of brilliance, luminosity, and consciousness. Nabho Vayu Rupam. Nabha is the sky, Akasha. Ganesha is the very form of Nabha and Vayu, embodying the elements of space and the wind. Vikaradi hetum, the cause of vikaras in the sense, if you observe, it is so the very creation of the entire creation, it happens because of the vikaras. It's not uh, creation is a vikara. For example, if you take uh, clay and you making it into a pot is to make create a vikara in it from its natural state is different, which is without any form like a pot or a jar. But when you cause with action, when you put action into it and you cause a vikara in it, it becomes into a shape, right? So that kind of vikara we are talking about, one which changes, transforms, and also manifests things into various forms. So here Ganesha is the one who causes vikaras to the fundamentals. Fundamentals, what are the fundamentals of the creation? They are the three gunas, sattva, raja, tamas, and with the vikaras in those three gunas, entire creation, everything that we know happens. That's the knowledge. That's the shabda we get. It's not something that can be known. It's not like we cannot know about it. It's just it needs a lot of brain cells. Okay, next, Kala Kala Bhutam, who is the art and time. He's also his Kala also. He's also the Kala. the one who manifests as both the divisions of time and also all forms of art itself. Aneka kriya of innumerable actions. One who is causing, it is Shakti who causes all the actions to happen. The very what are Triguna? Trigunas are the very nature of Shakti, the very manifestations of Shakti, and and Shakti alone holds the power to create vikaras in those Trigunas and then cause various kinds of creations. And Ganesha is the one who has this power, which is Aneka Kriya, Aneka Shakti of innumerable powers, innumerable forms of energies and potencies, not just the one we can see or one we have known so far. It's more. It's always more than what you, because as we get into the world, we we get into the world with our own limitations. We haven't lived the times that has happened before. We won't live the times that will happen after we are gone, and we haven't seen the creation to its entirety. We have got all kinds of limitations. That doesn't mean we cannot know. It's just that our shakti, our abilities are are in some limitation. That doesn't mean you accept everything that comes from outside, and no, not like that. It's just that you acknowledge there is something more, whether you know it or not, whether you know it or don't. So Aneka Shakti, the embodiment of infinite energies and potencies. When we talk about energies, we're talking about energies of all kinds, light, electricity, and even the energies of Kundalini, or the energies of prana, or all kinds of energies. Sada Shakti Rupam. As I said, Ma Parvati she didn't create something new, she's just created a form and just got into it. It's like that. That Adi Shakti, she just got into the form of Ganesha. It's nothing, it's not separate from Adi Shakti. It is the very embodiment of Adi Shakti, the Shakti Rupam itself. So Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha, they are praying to Ganesha in this way. We salute Ganesha, who is always the form of Shakti, the embodiment of light, the form of sky and air, the cause of all modifications, the one who is in the arts and time, and the embodiment of innumerable actions and innumerable powers. So that's Ganesha, and the next they go like this: Pradhana Swarupam, Pradhana Swarupam, Mahat Tattvarupam, Haravari Rupam, Digishadirupam, Asat Satsvarupam, Jagadhetu Bhutam, Sada Vishvarupam, Ganesham Natasma. Pradhana Swarupam, the form of Pradhana, which is the primordial, which is the Prakriti, which is the forms of Trigunas, not Trigunas directly, the cause of the gunas. It's one which manifests into three, and then it manifests into multiples in the presence of Pradha, in the presence of Purusha. So here Ganesha is seen as the Pradhana, the primordial one. Mahat Tattva Rupam. Mahat is one of the evolute of Prakriti, and it is the absolute that just comes after Prakriti, and Mahat is like the intelligence of the cosmos or of the creation itself. When we say cosmos, we are also saying at quantum level, at any level, if there's intelligence, if there's a bacteria that is trying to survive, if there's a virus that is trying to survive, if there's a molecule that is trying to get into a stable state, it's all intelligence. that intelligence that intelligence is the Mahat, and that intelligence is the gift of Ganesha, or the very expression of Ganesha himself. Dharavari Rupam is the very form of earth and water, the elements of water and earth. We have seen he is the Nabhovayu Rupam, right? He is also the Akasha and the wind, or the Vayu. He is also the earth and the water. The very Panchabhutas is the very is the embodied forms of Ganesha itself. So Ganesha at its highest is Nirguna. However, when he expresses in various forms, of which the Panchabhutas are one, and the primordial. They are primordial and the cause of all creations. Digeshadi Rupam is also the form of the Digeshas, the lords of the directions. Asat and Sat Swarupam. Asat is unreal in the sense it didn't came into existence yet. Asat is the unmanifest form of Parabrahma. There is a form that we see the world, we see ourselves, we see so many things. That is all. It's not just what we see, it's whatever is in expressive state, or whatever is manifested with the fluctuations in the gunas, that is the sat, or the one that has manifested. And there is also asat, that which hasn't manifested. It's like where was it's like what exists before something comes into existence. Like, for example, I'm speaking now. So where does that word existing before it came into a word? So that's the state of asat, the before manifestation. Jagadhetu Bhutam, the cause of the universe, the fundamental reason and ground for the existence of the cosmos. Ganesha is the one holding everything. It's not like we make a form of Ganesha and worship. That is absolutely fine, and I'm not talking about that. It is Ganesha is also the one who is embodying everything, one who is holding everything. If you think of yourself, for example, you're in water, let's say, so you are being held by water, right? Or in the wall we are held by air. So that air is like Ganesha itself, and in that air we are being held. So that kind of holding, that kind of cause. So he is the fundamental reason and the ground for the existence of the cosmos. Sada Vishvarupam, the very form of the universe, that is Ganesha. Wherever you go, whatever you see, whatever you touch, whatever you drink, whatever you smell, whatever you taste, everything, every sense that you can get of, every cognition that you can think of, is 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 Ganesha itself. And what you may get in the future also is Ganesha. What happened in the past is also Ganesha. In time and in space, it's all Ganesha that has been embodying this creation and making things happen. It's under his light it's all happening. It's not He's not involved in it. It is under his light it's happening. It's like how how we get heat from fire. We don't really get into the fire to get the heat. From a far away only we get heat, right? It's like that. Ganesha is there embodying everything with his own Shakti. He is able to manifest so many things that we see. So Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha are praying to Ganesha this way. We bow to the Ganesha, who is always the universal form, the embodiment of Pradhana, the form of Mahat Tattva, the form of earth and water, the form of the lords of the directions, the form of both the unreal, asat, and the real or manifest, both the unmanifest and the manifest, Asat and Sat, and the cause of the universe. Next, they are going like this. Tvadiye mana स्थापयेदङ्घ्रियुग्मे जनो विघ्नसङ्घान् पीडां लभेता लसत्सूर्यबिम्बे विशाले स्थितोऽयं जनोध्वान्तपीडां कथं वा लभेत. Now, Vadiye Angriyugme Vadiye Mana Sthapayedangriyugme, on your pair of feet, establishing oneself, becoming a refugee of yours, and establishing oneself at your feet. Manasthapayet, one who places the mind. What do we place at the feet of Ganesha? We place our manas, directing our manas towards the feet of Ganesha. Jana, as a person, Vighna Sangat na Pidam Labheta, gains no pain from the obstacles. But by establishing your own manas at the feet of Ganesha, you there are big obstacles, there are vignas. However, that pain will not affect you. That's what is the gift of Ganesha. Is not afflicted by the suffering caused by any number of obstacles. Lasat Surya Bimbe Sthitaha, standing in the shining suns, or one standing in the light in front of the sun. Dvanta Pidam Katham Labheta. So they are saying it is like standing in front of this. In the morning, if there is sun and if you're standing in front of the sun, do you see darkness? No, right? It is same as that. When one establishes their own manas at the feet of Ganesha, they will not see the suffering or pain of the pain caused by the vignas. So Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh are saying a person who places their mind, manas, manas is not mind. Just for understanding, we are using mind. A person who places their manas on your pair of feet does not suffer from the hordes of obstacles. How can a person standing in the vast orb of the shining sun possibly suffer from darkness? So that's how they are being it is being seen. To be in the presence of Ganesha is like being in the presence of sun, and you won't see the darkness, just like how you don't see the darkness in front of when you are standing in the sun. Now, Vayam Bhramita Sarvatha Gnana Yoga Dalabdha Tavangrim Bahun Varshapugan Idani Mavapta Stavaiva Prasadat Prapannan Sada Pahi Vishvambharadya. Now they are praying to Ganesha, where they're saying, Vayam Bhramita Sarvatha, always are we were completely deluded. They're confessing we were completely deluded. Agnana Yogat, by connection to the ignorance, or by association with the ignorance. It's not spiritual ignorance, it is ignorance. Sorry about that. Then alabdha tavangrim, not attaining your feet, being unable to find refuge at the Lord's feet. This is the prayer anyone can do. Bahun Varsha Pugan, for many years, the state of being lost has lasted for a very long time. One might, maybe you haven't established your manas at the feet of Ganesha so far, Bahun Varsha Pugan. However, it's your opportunity. This Ganesha Chaturthi, or anytime you're watching this, or anytime you're learning about this, that moment can be your time. You can make a decision to whether go with the Ganesha and establish your mind at the feet of Ganesha. Idanim avaptaha, now we have attained. Now they are confessing and saying a declaration of having finally found the divine refuge. Tava eva prasadat, only by your grace. So even if if you have found the feet of Ganesha, think of it like it's with the grace of Ganesha itself. Because we, like I said, we are operating under the Mahat, the great intelligence, and it's that intelligence that moves us. Prapannan sada pahi, always protect the surrendered. The one. Ganesha is the one who protects, the one who surrenders, or the one who takes refuge in him. Vishvambharadya, they are saying, O primeval supporter of the universe. So the prayer goes like this. They are saying the Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha praying to Ganesha like this. We were completely deluded by our connection to ignorance, unable to attain your feet for many long years. Now we have attained them only by your grace. O primeval supporter of the universe, Vishvambharadya, always protect those who have surrendered to you. So that way they conclude their prayer. Before we go into the Falashruti, or what Ganesha says, we'll just go through the prayer once. Brahma Vishnu Mahesha Uchuhu Ajam Nirvikalpam Nirakaramekam Niranandamadvaitamanandapurnam Param Nirgunam Nirvishesham Niriham Parabrahmarupam Ganesham Bhajema. Gunat Gunatitamadyam Chidanandarupam Chidabhasakam Sarvagam Gnanagamyam Munidhyeyamakasha Rupam Paresham Parabrahmarupam Ganesham Bhajema. Jagatkaranam Karanagnanarupam Suradim Sukhadim Yugadim Ganesham Jagadvyapinam Vishwavandyam Suresham Parabrahmarupam Ganesham Bhajema. Rajo Yogato Brahmarupam Shrutignam Sadakarya तं हृदाचिन्त्य रूपं जगत्कारकं सर्वविद्यानिधानं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं नतास्मः सदा सत्त्वयोगं मुदा क्रीडमानं सुरारीन् हरन्तं जगत्पालयन्तम् अनेकावतारं निजाज्ञानहारं सदा विष्णुरूपं गणेशं नमामः तमोयोगिनं रुद्ररूपं त्रिनेत्रं जगद्धारकं तारकं ज्ञानहेतुम् अनेकागमै स्वं जनं बोधयन्तं सदा शर्वरूपं गणेशं नमामः तमस्तोमहारं जनाज्ञानहारम् त्रयीवेदसारं परब्रह्मपारं मुनिज्ञानकारं विदूरे विकारं सदा ब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं नमामः निजैरोषधीस्तर्पयन्तं करोद्यै सरौघान् कलाभिः सुधास्राविणीभिः दिनेशांशु सन्तापहारं विजेशं शशाङ्कस्वरूपं गणेशं नमामः प्रकाशस्वरूपं नभो वायुरूपं विकारादिहेतुं कलाकालभूतम् अनेकक्रियानेकशक्तिस्वरूपं सदा शक्तिरूपं गणेशं नमामः प्रधानस्वरूपं महत्तत्त्वरूपं धरावारिरूपं दिगीशादिरूपम् असत्सत्स्वरूपं जगद्धेतुभूतं सदा विश्वरूपं गणेशं नतास्मः त्वदीये मनः स्थापयेदङ्घ्रियुग्मे जनो विघ्नसङ्घान्न पीडां लभेत लसत्सूर्यबिम्बे विशाले स्थितोऽयं जनोध्वान्तपीडां कथं वा लभेत वयं भ्रामिता सर्वथा ज्ञानयोगा दलब्धा तवाङ्घ्रिं बहून् वर्षपूगान् इदानीमवाप्तास्तवैव प्रसादात् प्रपन्नान् सदा पाहि विश्वम्भराद्य. Now Ganesha responds. Now he responds like this. Ganesha uvacha idam yah pathet prataruthaya sada bhakti yukto vishuddha saputran shriyam sarvakaman labheta parabrahmarupo bhavedantakale. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Ganesha is saying, Yadhiman idam pathet, the wise one who recites this, pratah utthaya, upon waking up in the morning. So the recitation should begin early in the day. Trisandhyam sada, always at the three junctures, which is all the sandhyas, three sandhyas. How? With bhakti, with bhakti, bhakti yukta, vishuddha, with purity and devotion, will attain putran shriyam sarvakaman. They attain putran in the sense offsprings, not sons alone, wealth, and all the desires or all the desires are fulfilled. The worldly benefits, we're talking about all the benefits of ihaloka, the world, this world. Antakale, after death, what happens after death? Parabrahma rupaha bhavet. That person will become the Parabrahma itself. So this Stavam is the one that will give both the Ihaloka Sukhas, Bhukti, and also the Paraloka Sukha or Paraloka Mukti, Mukti. So this is a Bhukti and Mukti Pradayini. So Ganesha is saying the wise person who pure and filled with devotion recites this upon waking in the morning and always at the three junctures of the day will obtain sons or putra or the offsprings, wealth, and all desires, and at the time of death will become the very form of the Supreme Brahman. So that is the Parabrahma Tattva of Ganesha as spoken out, as gifted for us all by the Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha themselves. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha.